Trump's clarification came in the wake of his remarks about Puerto Rico citizens living in U.S. and other immigrants, even though they are legal. Many of his associated also made remarks that they were called racist. Democratic nominee and U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris said that Trump was dividing the country.
I think last night Donald Trump's event in Madison Square Garden really highlighted a point that I've been making throughout this campaign. He is focused and actually fixated on his grievances, on himself, and on dividing our country. And it is not in any way something that will strengthen the American family, the American worker. It is nothing about what he is saying that is actually going to support the aspirations, the dreams, and the ambitions of the American people.
Kamala Harris also addressed a rally in Michigan with factory workers of semiconductors. It is part of a Make in America project. There she tried to woo the workers with better facilities if she comes to power. She also attacked Trump for his garbage remarks.
Just kind of diminishing who we are as America and talking down at people, talking about, I don't know, that we're the garbage can of the world. We're not.
All right, our correspondent Shubhendu is joining us from Atlanta. Shubhendu, when we talk of the presidential race, then the contenders are leaving no stone unturned, be it political attack, be it the war of words, be it personal attacks, political jibes. They are trying everything in their capacity to outdo the other. Help us understand, how do you gauge the election battle there in the U.S. in its final time?
You put it right, Preeti. Good morning. Indeed, as the election day is coming closer, the contest is getting intense, the attacks are getting sharper. I'm here in Atlanta, in Georgia, which is one of the most prominent swing states in these elections. Former President Donald Trump had participated in two public programs. Today he spoke in a rally at Georgia Tech University, and earlier he participated in a congregation of pastors of Catholic faith in the afternoon earlier today. And in his address, we can see the sharpness of the attack. While engaging with the priests, he spoke about the manner in which Kamala Harris and the Democrats represents all that is anti-Christian. He called them radical left. We saw those sharp attacks continuing in his rally at Georgia Tech University Stadium, rally that was attended by hundreds of Republican followers there too. He continued his vitriolic attack on the Democrats and Kamala Harris, again on the issue of immigrants, referring to them often as aliens. So we see these sharper attacks on the opponents continuing. Kamala Harris is also giving it back to Donald Trump in her own way. The Democrats have also, as Donald Trump tried to defend himself, have labeled him as Nazi and other names. So we see such name calling and a particular level of narrative that is being focused upon as we move towards the day of the contest. Swing states is where the most intense battles are fought, Preeti. Swing states, 7 swing states, including Georgia, where I am, are going to, the experts say, decide the fate of these elections. The electoral college votes matter, not the popular vote. Whole of America, you can consider most of it being divided into red and blue states. It's almost given who's going to win in which state. But except for these swing states, where the contest is very, very close, this is where the outcome of these presidential elections are going to be determined. Preeti?
All right, Shubhendu, for the benefit of our viewers, you talked of how the electoral college vote determines, the election result in swing states. Help us understand more about the opinions and the thought process in these swing states, the issues which dominate the U.S. presidential race as a whole. To what extent do they have a bearing in these swing states?
There are a given number of issues that we have prominently highlighted, Preeti, all through these weeks that are dominating the elections. There is the immigration issue, there is the economy issue, There is an issue of abortion that is being talked about. There is also conflicts that are going on outside of United States that are a matter of concern for the kind of investment that America makes in the conflicts outside. These are also the issues that impact the voters of the swing states. But we have to understand the manner in which swing states are different from any other state is that the outcome, when we do these polls, exit poll sort of systems are put into use in these states, it's very difficult to determine who is going to be coming out on top. It's a very, very close race. There is less than 1% difference in the vote count of the polling that is taking place in these swing states. So it's very difficult to figure out who the state is going to support in the final outcome of the elections as compared to other red or blue state. For example, New York, the contest is close there as well, but it is traditionally a blue state. The surveys show that Kamala Harris is comfortably ahead of Donald Trump. Similarly, a red state like Florida, where I was till yesterday, is where we see a closer competition in popular votes between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But yet the surveys predict that it is likely to go Donald Trump's way. It's been a consistently red state for some time. But these 7 states, swing states, which includes Georgia, Philadelphia is an important one, these states are the places where it's difficult for pollsters, it's difficult for leaders to gauge which way does the population swing in terms of their vote.
All right, Shubhendu, we leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those details.